Hey guys, welcome back to Game with TCS. Today I'm going to fight through a head cold and we're going to do some flying in X-Plane 11. I got Ortho 4XP installed for the area that we're going to be flying in, so you guys can check that out. It looks pretty cool. It's ultra realistic and I think you guys will enjoy it, and it all starts right now. Alright guys, sitting here cold and dark at my airport here, and we're going to get fired up and get to the skies here in just a minute, but first I'd like to take care of some business. I would like you guys to know that there are multiple outlets now for you to stay up to date on this channel. We have a Facebook page, there's a link in the description, we have a Twitter now, we have a Tumblr, we have all sorts of good links on the bottom. The easiest way, of course, is to subscribe to my channel. And then all that stuff will pop up on your YouTube page for you. So I plan on doing at least 2 videos a week here. So I'm fighting through a cold here. So even when I'm sick, I'm making you guys videos. So I hope you appreciate it. Like I said, just hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. We got to get to 10,000 views here. That's the new threshold YouTube has set up for making money. So we're a long ways away. So, you know, we're going to try to get there, but with your help, we'll go a lot faster. So now that that's out of the way, let's get to the fun here and get things fired up. So I'm sure there's a proper way to fire up this Cessna, but I'm just gonna do it my way. So adjust the throttle there a little bit. Make sure everything's turned on. There, we're gonna turn the master switch there. Turn fuel pump, turn our lights on, and we're gonna see if she gives see if we get some action here. Oh, yep, looks like she fired up for us. We can bring the throttle back here a touch. All right. We can turn our avionics on. Not going to be really using them today. We're not going to be doing much instrument flying. It's all going to be visual today. So we can zoom that in a little bit, I guess. So all right, we should be all set to go. So like I said, I'm sure in real life there's a lot more checklists you have to do to get things fired up for that, but in this game, that's all we got to do. It looks like the wind is blowing out of the north. Right? It's really not doing anything, it looks like, so we're just gonna wing it, pardon the pun, and we're just gonna take off any old direction. All right. And we are underway. You can see by the flag over there, there's not much wind here today. Well, really a nice day here in the area, so back in the cockpit here. Everything seems to be in order, so let's pick myself up a touch here. Don't mind the seat. See what's going on, and then let's get out on the runway here. You're gonna have to adjust the torque there. There's a little bit of this plane likes to pull to the left because of the torque of the engine. So you get to about 60 knots right there. We're gonna pull up. We are in the air. That's about the simplest you can get in an airplane to get in the air right there. So pretty easy to fly. I'm gonna climb up to about 2, maybe 3,000 feet. We're gonna trim the airplane out there. We're gonna check out the ortho scenery. So watch our airspeed here so we don't stall. Come to the left here and head due north. As you can see below us, that scenery looks amazing. It's the actual satellite photos of the area, so you're actually seeing real buildings, real life buildings, I should say, and along with the X-Plane autogen stuff. So it looks pretty cool, actually. So now right here we're at about, looks like 2,500 feet. We're gonna pull my nose down. Try to get us set going at a level flight here, and we're going to trim it out. Like to be going about 110 knots would be ideal on the throttle here. Need our nose to go down. There we go. It's a little bit trim there, so let's come back to the northerly track here. Trim it a little bit more. We want that nose to be level as possible. Pull back on the throttle a touch here. See if we can level out. That's pretty close there. We'll have to touch it up a little bit as we go. But now what we can do with this trim is we can control our altitude based on our engine speed. To climb, we can throttle up. To descent, we can pull back. So that's why you trim your airplane out like that. So let's see here. We're at 3,000 feet there, so that's pretty good altitude. Our actual ground speed is 105 knots. So just going to do a quick tour of the area here. We're going to probably go up 20 so miles, and we're going to cut over to Lake Michigan and come down and then land back at our airport. So just wanted to get a quick look at the area, give you guys an idea what this Ortho 4XP is all about if you haven't seen it before. So, just to tell you how easy this plane is to fly, this is the second time I've flown this plane in this X-Plane 11. So it's pretty easy to fly, especially once you figure out how to get it trimmed. So And what this will do is, once you have it trimmed, the plane will actually do a little up and down, almost like sine wave. You know, it'll pick up speed, so it'll start climbing, and then it'll lose speed, and it'll go back down. You'll end up just being kind of right around where you need to be. If not, you can always adjust your altitude or whatever. So as long as you're within a couple hundred feet of where you want to be, you'll be fine. So. For those of you wondering out there, we are currently in the Manistee National Forest. Beautiful, beautiful part of the country. Lots of lakes, fishing, tons of hunting, lots of state and federal land. A great area if you're into outdoors, sports and stuff. So lots of good campgrounds. So yeah, hopefully my voice isn't too bad here. I'm fighting a cold all week. It's almost killed me. I swear, I'm getting too old here. Can't breathe. Every night I've come home, I've taken a nap just from being dead tired. Now this Ortho 4XP is kind of a bear to install. If anyone ever wants to know how, let me know. The comments in the video, YouTube has kind of ticked me off. They won't fix my problem. I can't respond to your comments for some strange reason, and they say they're working on it after about 5 days of emailing back and forth. They finally gave up on me. I don't know why, but if you need anything, just comment on the Facebook page or the Twitter, and I'll get back with you. So I say phooey on you, YouTube, if you're not gonna help me out there. So yeah, I was actually practicing with this plane, I want to say Monday. So I was just doing some touch and goes around at local airports, and I was actually landing pretty decently once I kind of figured it out there. So I say that now, and we'll probably screw her up real good just today, but excuse my blue mug. Figured if I keep her watered down, my throat won't be so bad. So plane seems to be almost perfectly trimmed right now, so that's good. We're at 3,200 feet. Not too bad. Just want to kind of stay low so we get a good idea of the scenery there. I'm going to come to the left here now. We're going to go straight west out towards the lake. can't quite see it in the distance yet. We're probably a good 20-30 miles away, so you can see how we lost speed in that turn. So our plane was dropping, but now it's picking up speed, so now we're coming back up. So that's what it's nice to have a properly trimmed airplane will do for you. So that's way better than the default terrain, I'll tell you that. It takes a ton of memory though. I think I did just a couple of, they're called tiles on the program, so it was like 10 gigabytes. This wasn't even, I think, the max zoom, so you can even get more detailed if you wanted to. Slowly gaining altitude here up to 3,300 feet, so I'm going to trim it down so maybe we start losing some altitude here. Looks like we're actually gaining it now. Just going to pull back on the throttle a little bit then. Go back on the throttle a little bit more here. Like to stay around 3,000 feet. As we pick up speed, our nose is going to pick up, so it should be a nice, slow, steady drop down here. It's a pretty decent week here around the area. Finally, spring has sprung, as you can see. Right about there, I don't know if it's picking up my mouse or not. 48 degrees at 3,000 feet here, so it's in the 60s all day, I believe. So it'd be nice not to have a cold, that's for sure. It always seems I get a cold right when the warmer weather hits. So, all right, let's see if we level off here. I'm about where I want to be now. Yeah, so it seems like YouTube has decided to pull the rug under me for a moment. For about 3 weeks after I started posting videos here, I started actually making a little bit of money. Not anything life-changing or anything like where you go out and even buy a game with it. It's just, some cents here. It's definitely getting about more than 1 cent a day like it started off as, but then all of a sudden nothing. For like a week, I didn't know what happened, and then I saw on the news you have to have 10,000 channel views before they start paying you again. So I do not have 10,000 channel views, so that's where the money went. So I guess we'll work our way to 10,000 views so we can start pretending to be YouTube rich again. So now we can see Lake Michigan off in the distance here. Can't really see them from here, but up straight forward is the Silver Lake Sand Dune. A lot of people like to take their ATVs out there. The white there is actually the dunes. there's a lake right here, and then the moon right there. I don't know if you can see my mouse again, but and then after that, it's Wisconsin. The engine speed up a touch here. We're under 3,000 now, so. You can see where the satellite did not take pictures of Lake Michigan. You can see the jagged edges there of where it changes from the Ortho 4XP to the general X-Plane 11 generic, I suppose is the right word, scenery for water. So. Well, off in the distance there is Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Sheboygan, all those good towns. They're about 60 miles away. But we are not headed across the lake today. We're going to head back to base and call it a day. Just wanted to go out and show you guys the sights of Ortho 4XP can do for you. So probably not something you want to have, you know, if you're airliner flying, you probably don't want to have it the whole trip, because if you're up above the clouds, it's not going to really matter. But it'd be a good idea if, you know, for landing and taking off, or throwing it out there, you can see while you're climbing. So I think that's not actually X-Plane taking over. That's just telling us that there's no scenery there. So that's the problem with using Ortho 4XP sometimes, is if there's missing scenery, it'll show up in your map. I don't know why, like, satellite services like Google, I suppose, or whatever there are out there, they don't really have satellite images over the lake, but I don't know why. You think they would. Alright, we're going to cut in here. Start heading back. I don't know if any of you guys out there are Whole Food shoppers, but down there is where your farm fresh country dairy milk comes from. We got the best ice cream too. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to south here, I'm going to line up with my runway. At least have a general idea where it is. We're going to prepare to land. Alright, it looks like we're about to come east here. Line up to our runway. What I'm going to do, go about a mile or two more. I'm going to come to the left, go east, and we're going to drop some flaps, and we're going to slow up, and we're going to get ready for land. Just kind of guessing on this, so we'll have to adjust it once we get closer. But then eyesight here, so up east here. That should be good there. I'm gonna full east here. There we go. Drop our speed here. Go to half throttle. Alright, I'm going to hold this down. Trim it. Just like that. Touch. That way we can just fly right into right under our runway. We can give it a little bit more throttle here so we can maintain our altitude. Our runway should be somewhere right between these two roads. So see the weight. There's the airport right there. To the right. Got 2,500 feet. About 82 knots. I do not, like I said, I don't have a checklist for this airplane, so I don't know exactly what and how you're supposed to do all this, but I'm just kind of taking it from what I know from my airliners and just kind of adapting it. So feel free to scream and yell at me about what I did wrong in the comment section. If they work, if it's working. If not, try the other locations. Alright, drop another flap here. I'm gonna sacrifice speed for altitude at this point here. Got the runway in sight. Try to do a little trim here to give us a little bit more control over the plane here. There we go. That's a lot better. I'd like to land somewhere between 40 and 60 knots. So we're going to adjust the throttle, and we're going to adjust our height to maintain our descent here. So at this point I'd like to stay a little higher than what we are, so all right, we're about 2.5 miles out. Kind of slowly adjusting our altitude and our throttle to keep us at around 60 knots here now that we're on final here. Just like to fly her right onto the runway. Kind of like that. All right. I don't know if this actually has taxiways modeled, so I'm just going to turn around on the runway. I'm sure you're probably not supposed to, but I did take my license. I'm going to head back to the airport here. right. This looks like a good parking spot here. That'll work right there. Come down here. We're gonna forward here, touch so we can see. Turn the engine down. Shut her right off. Pull this out. Put our lights off. Avionics off. I believe we're all shut down. So, alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below. There's also 2 more video links there. If you have more time, you can keep on watching. There's also links in the description if you want to stay in touch. And I appreciate everything you guys do for me, and we will catch you on the next video. And until then, take it easy.